the pinnacle of motorsport? Is it Formula One or is it MotoGP? Very easy to answer. Do you prefer 4 wheels or do you prefer 2? Today it's all about 2 wheels. Where are we? We're at Fast KTM in Alberton, and guess why? Because there's a Fast KTM rider and his brother behind us. Guys, think about this. We are witnessing the Binder brothers in South Africa. Something that stands out for me more than anything, before we talk about their achievements, it's all about their demeanor. You got a line of fans here as long as a Grand Prix circuit. Why? Because they want to come and see 2 heroes. Guess who's going to get to interview one of those 2 heroes? Brad, it will be an absolute privilege and a pleasure to bring you to the fans that love you, to the fans that support you, and to the fans that admire you. I've got to go, guys. These guys are fast. Got to be fast too. With over 100 episodes, we've visited some amazing places and spoken to some incredible people, but no one like Brad Binder, the MotoGP legend. Brad, it's December holidays. You've chosen South Africa to come and spend time with the fans. Thank you. What is a day like today about for you?
Well, you know, we don't get too much time at home anymore, unfortunately, and it's always cool to come see the fans, come see all the people that support us throughout the year. So, yeah, thanks to Sean and Splash Industries for putting us on for us today. And yeah, it's always good to be able to see everybody and hang out a little bit.
For followers of MotoGP and fans of Brad, I think there's one thing in particular that stands out. It's the man's demeanor. You are ultra successful, dashingly handsome, and yet you're always bubbly, outgoing, and time for the fans. How important is it to mingle with the fans?
Well, Bud, you know, at the end of the day, without the fans, there's motorsports is nothing. So I always feel like it's super important to try and come and see them, meet them every now and then. And yeah, a day like today works perfectly for that.
But it's very clear that you still resonate with the fans now. We have to talk about walking on water or riding on water. In 2020, your debut season, you won a race at Brno Czech Grand Prix, but the second victory for me was what will stand out. There's not a South African that doesn't remember that race. 5 laps to go, it starts raining. When it starts raining, what do? You head to the pits and you put on 4 sets of tires that are wet, but you decided to stay out on slicks. How?
Oh, they're all coming in. Apart from Binder. Binder's gone for it. Binder is the only one that's going to stay out on circuit. These are all changing tyres. There are 4 laps remaining. Mark has a good look around his shoulder. Wow, what a show the Austrian fans have got here. And Brad Binder crosses the line leading from Alicia Spargaro. They're now in 2nd place.
Well, honestly, it was a great day for me. Got a little bit lucky. Luck was on my side. Took a gamble and it worked out. So always nice when that happens, but it could have very easily been the opposite.
Of course. But like in those conditions, you've got a throttle that is rapid. You've got brakes that bite. How do you actually keep it on the track in those conditions?
Right. Literally, you just idle. Like you barely do anything. You fit in as less force as possible, and it's the only way to bring it home.
So you're approaching your 30th birthday. Where you are now in your career, is it fair to say that you are hitting your peak?
Well, I feel like I still have a lot more to offer, so I hope there's a lot more on the table still, so I hope I can look back and say I was right.
So when Brad said he has a lot more to offer, I'm going to make a prediction. 25, 26 or 27, we've just interviewed MotoGP champion Brad Binder. Brad, the opportunity to chat to you has been amazing.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Put your hands together, people.
So first of all, hello everyone, thank you for coming out. It's so good to see what support we have here in South Africa. So yeah, I had probably one of the hardest seasons I've had in my whole career, really. Yeah, the beginning was just an absolute shocker. I really struggled in the beginning. Obviously, my team changed to WP suspension. We this year changed from Dunlop to Pirelli. The second half of the season, things improved a little bit. I managed to get some semi-decent results, but I'm just glad that I've landed on my feet again for next year. Got another ride in Moto2, and I think now, hopefully, we can try and put something together and do a little bit better. You know, at the end of the day, it's become a job now. It's not just for fun anymore. So when the helmet goes on and you get out on track, it's every man for himself. So You got to go out there, give your absolute best. And I mean, if you're not the one pulling a hard move on someone, someone's going to do it to you. So I always try and be the one to do it. I don't want it to be done to me. But yeah, when you go out there on track, you just got to give your all at every minute. And if you keep doing that, normally things come right.
All right, now Brad, I was over to you for a moment. So our top KTM International MotoGP star, tell us how your season went, tell us where you enjoyed it, tell us where you were disappointed, give us a little insight there.
Firstly, how's it everybody? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out. It's so good to see all the support we have, and yeah, it's so cool to have you all here today. My season, geez, in general, I would say it was pretty decent. I finished top 5 in the championship, which I'm happy with, considering all things. Really had to take it one race at a time. I fell off more this year than I have my entire life, so yeah, happy to have this off season now to try and come back to normal. It's pretty much just trying to build up for next season now, get everything ready to go, and try and have a strong season.
Darren, back to you, boy. So next year, I mean, this year, as you said, a lot came right. Are you feeling confident for next year? Have you got some aspirations? Are there changes you can make? I mean, tell us where you're going next year.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for next year. Obviously, going into Gresini is, they showed what they could do this year. They finished 3rd in the World Championship. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited to get out there and get working with them. I mean, I feel like when I got things right this year, I was close enough to the sharp end, and I feel like if I can just fine-tune things, we can be there every weekend. So these guys believe in me. They've given me the opportunity. So if we just get our heads down in the beginning, work hard, I don't see why we can't be up front every weekend.
Well, you've got our support, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Brad, back to you. Obviously, starting this year, Costa was a name on everyone's lips. He was a swear word for most of us.
The kid's bloody fast, eh? Like, honestly, I can't fault him. He's extremely good at what he does. Luckily for me, he fell off quite a bit, so but didn't we all? So yeah, for sure, he's a super talented kid, and yeah, for sure, he'll do really well in the future.
While we got you, let's have your highlights. What are you looking forward to next year? Obviously, you've got a baby girl on the way.
Well, I mean, for sure, it's super exciting to be having a kid next year. Baby's due in April. But luckily, I have a wife that's, I know she's going to be a super mom, so I just need to be present, I hope. And yeah, when I'm at home, she can do the nappies, and when I'm at the track, Bjorn can take care of it. So.
Okay, Darren, back to you, boy. So you mentioned the new team. Give us some insight to the back of that. Does a lot of your service crew come along with you? Do you work with a set team that will follow you? Or is this now completely fresh? Or are you starting from scratch?
So basically what happened is Gonzalez moved into my team and I moved into his. So my crew stayed with my team and I'm moving to his crew. So I'm really excited for that. I've been with my team for 2 years. We've had our ups and downs, plenty knocking of heads. So I think a fresh start could do me well. So I'm really excited to move in there. I've obviously met the crew and that at the end of the season, got to know them a little bit, just walking around the paddock and that. But I'm really excited for a fresh start, and hopefully that's, I think, what we need.
They say all good things come to an end. The Binder brothers are youngsters. They're both in their 20s. They're in their prime, but I do believe the best years are ahead of them. What has today been about? Guys, I wish you could see what we've seen. The amount of fans, the organization, exceptional. To bring the brothers over in December to spend their holiday in South Africa, these guys can choose between Europe, America, Australia, you name it. They've chosen South Africa. Who do we have to thank? The brothers, of course, Smashton for bringing them out, and KTM. We at Foss KTM in the Alberton. Guys, the show you've put on today, on behalf of All Things Motoring, our followers, and South Africa at large, thank you, and thank you again.